guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today I wanted to do a full face of Project Pan makeup as well as products that I planned to pan this year. Looking like I'm not gonna hit that goal on all of these things this year because we only have about a month left of 2023, but I wanted to show you how I've been using my current Project Pan items and also some updates on my plan to pan products that have not yet been panned. So starting off, I've been using the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. I really am close to finishing this, and I always just do one full pump of that, and that seems to be enough for my whole face. I've got some breakouts going on, but I usually start applying it here in the center of my face and then work it out. I actually just washed my sunscreen off because it's 4 o'clock, which means the sun is down, so no longer need sunscreen on. And the sunscreen I was wearing today is actually one of the ones that's in my Project Pan, the Athr Aloe Soothing Sun Cream, and that sunscreen has a tendency to pill, especially if I layer it with something like the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. So I just wanted to start with a clean canvas here. I did moisturize before applying this, but I didn't think it was going to be a good situation if I put this over the Athr sunscreen, which I'd had on for like hours at this point. Okay, so next up we have the Urban Decay Hydromaniac Foundation. I'm feeling very confident that this will be finished by the end of the year. This was one of like the higher priority items that I wanted to use up this year because I am just kind of ready to be done with it, but I do really like it. And actually, thanks to this Project Pan, I found that I especially love this foundation worn on top of the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. These two products together have become one of my favorite base combinations, so I will definitely miss both of them when they're done. Probably wouldn't go out of my way to repurchase either one because it's kind of one of those situations where I'm enjoying it while I have it, but just like I sort of accidentally discovered this combo in this Project Pan, I feel like there are probably other base combos in my collection that I haven't even tried yet that I would enjoy just as much, which I feel like is really the beauty of using what you have, whether you Project Pan or just like make an effort to rotate through everything you have. I just love the finish that gives. I feel like it looks so natural. It doesn't even really look like I'm wearing foundation. Since I have some breakouts, I'm going to take just a little bit more and build up a little bit more coverage on my cheeks and my chin. The only concealer on my plan to pan for this year was the Kosas Revealer Concealer, which I used up quite a while ago. So instead, I am just going to go for my current Shop My Stash concealer, the Urban Decay Stay Naked, and I'm going to use it with the Sigma Color Corrector, which I have a huge pan in. This I haven't been like actively trying to pan, but I'm going to go in with some of this corrector first. Topping that with the Urban Decay concealer. Before I blend that in, I'm going to use some of the Oma Beauty contour stick. This I technically hit my goal on this year. My goal was just to use up half of what was left at the start of the year, and I did that. I actually amended the goal. If you saw my plan to pan update halfway through the year, I amended the goal to try and finish this year. At this point, I'm not so sure I can, but you know, it's possible. It could happen. But if I don't end up finishing this until next year, that is fine by me, especially because I still have plenty of the highlighter stick left, so I wouldn't be able to actually call this an empty anyway. I guess if I did finish the contour, I guess I would probably include that in my year-end empties, but I would still have to hold on to it for the highlighter. But my panning goals this year with this product were just for the contour stick. I wasn't really trying to actively pan the highlighter because really, up until just recently, I hardly ever wore cream highlight, so I wasn't really focusing on that side, but maybe next year I can make some good progress on the highlighter side. The blush that was on my plan to pan this year, this isn't currently in my Project Pan. Decided to take a little break from it because I really wasn't seeing much progress, but this is the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Blush in Nude Kiss. And I'm actually going to try this with a sponge today. I have a little mini sponge from Makeup Revolution that I think I'm going to designate for cream products. I don't know if I've ever applied this with a sponge. I hardly ever apply cream products like this with a sponge. I usually only use sponges for foundation. I'm gonna tap over that now with my other sponge. I actually don't really love how that applied with a sponge. I also want to tap on a little bit of the Burt's Bees Gloss Lip Crayon in Santorini Sunrise. This I've just been using as a blush. One of those that kind of bothers my throat when I use it on the lips. It doesn't bother my skin at all. I'm just gonna use a brush for this one. So add a little bit more of a peachy tone to the cheeks. Ooh, I actually really like that mixture. To set my face, I'm gonna use some of the Makeup Revolution translucent baking powder. I don't have any powders in my project pan, and I'm actually going to use that on this little velour puff from Makeup Revolution. I think I might actually like this Makeup Revolution puff even better than the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder puff. This one is even softer. Like, this is more of like a velour material. The e.l.f. one is almost like a terry cloth material. I like the material a little bit better on the Makeup Revolution one. It's just a little bit softer and smoother, and I also like how it comes to more of a point. For the rest of my face, I'm going to set with the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. I don't think I've tried this on a velour puff yet, but I'm going to try that now. I'm going to turn it over and use like the wider side. I'm just going to go ahead and set all over that cream blush as well. For highlighter, I'm still working on the Athr Beauty Pink Diamond Dust highlight. I've been panning this, I think, for the majority of the year. Like, I think I started actively panning it in the spring, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't know how much deeper the pan could possibly be. We're gonna use this as eyeshadow today as well. Spoiler. So I'm just gonna prime my eyelids with some Milani eyeshadow primer. Alright, and then as always, I'm gonna fill in my brows with the ABH Dip Brow Pomade. Another current project pan item is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist eyeliner in black. And I'm going to do something kind of crazy today and put this all over my lid. This is going to be my eyeshadow base, and I'm going to top it with something else. I haven't decided what yet. So I'm just going to apply this like a cream shadow. Alright, I want to blend it before it sets down too much. Just using kind of a dense pencil brush to blend this. Doesn't have to look perfect because, like I said, we're gonna go over it. That looks kind of horrible, doesn't it? Do need to sharpen this pencil. Okay, it seems like the key is to blend in sort of this like dabbing motion as opposed to like circular motions. So I'm going to dip into the Nomad Royal Europe palette. This is the only thing that's like not really in my project pan in this video, but I think this will be really pretty over this eyeshadow. Okay, I'm kind of gravitating towards this shade Imperial Crown. Ooh, yes. I'm going to start by putting that on the inner part of the lid and we'll see what happens from there. It's anybody's guess. That really brings out the multi-chrome-ness of that shadow. Here's what the shade looks like without any sort of base underneath. Definitely still really pretty, but the black base just does something. I think I'm going to dip into this next shade over, Royal Orb. Ooh, okay, this is a green. And this one I'm going to tap in the outer portion of my eyelid. Yeah, that was a good choice. So back to project pan stuff now. I want to take some more of the Athr highlight in Pink Diamond Dust. This I'm going to use as my inner corner highlight. Also bringing that just a little bit on the lid and into the inner crease. Actually, I'm just going to take some more of this on my finger and just tap it on the lid. Why not, you know, just add a little extra sparkle to this look. I'm also just going to take some of that on the brow bone. Alright, there's one other eyeshadow product from my plan to pan that I haven't used yet in this video. I'm going to challenge myself to use this in some capacity, just so that we can use everything. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Shadow in Rose Gold. And I'm going to just pop a little of this on the lower lash line. So this I'm just lightly sweeping across my lower lash line, almost kind of like what I do with the NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in Rose Gold. Really, it just kind of brightens up the lower lash line. But other than that, it's not super noticeable. My goal with this was to hit pan on it this year. I think it's pretty unlikely, but really I'm just happy to have this much of a dip in here. I did have this in my project in the beginning of this year and I got quite a bit of use out of it then, so I still feel pretty good about this one. Back to the CoverGirl eyeliner again. I'm gonna actually use this as a winged liner. Alright, just went in with some Revolution 5D Lash Pow mascara. And finally for the lips, I've got a combo here. So the one that's in my project pan right now, and this is something that I added to my plan to pan halfway through the year, is the BK Beauty lip pencil in Warm Spice. Then a lipstick that I added to my plan to pan also halfway through the year is the Charlotte Tilbury mini lipstick in Amazing Amal. Unfortunately, I don't think this is going to make it into my project pan this year, but it is currently in my Shop My Stash rotation. And then this was on the original plan to pan list, the Tower 28 lip gloss in Pistachio. Another thing I don't think I'm going to finish this year, I mean, I guess if I wore it like every day for the rest of the year, maybe. This is probably going to be a 2024 empty. So I'm going to start with the BK lip liner. Going really lightly with this. And then blending that with my finger. I don't want this lip to be very dark, so I'm going in really lightly with this and also the lipstick. This I'm gonna take some on my bottom lip and then press my lips together, and then I'm just going to blend that in with my finger. Finally, I'm gonna top all of that with the Tower 28 lip gloss. I'm kind of going for like a Just Ate a Popsicle sort of lip color. This look turned out so fun. I went into this video not really sure what kind of look I was going to do, but I love this look. I think that this would make such a fun holiday party look. You could definitely pair this with a brighter red lip too if you wanted to make this like a bold Christmas look. This was a really fun challenge to try and use all these products together. I actually think they work together really well. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I do also have a Patreon and a channel membership if you're interested in supporting my channel further. I just posted a palette bingo with the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette for my patrons and channel members, so check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you again very soon in my next video. Bye.